Hello everyone, thanks for coming outside with me today. Today I want to talk about one of the training wheels of archery, or at least what has long been misplaced as a training wheel, even though I still use it in 15 years of competitive archery. So kisser buttons, if you're unfamiliar, are an anchoring thing that you would use on your string that you would put in the corner of your lip as a kiss. And I'm trying to find a bow back here. Here's one. Here we have an old Matthews here that has a kisser button attached. So the premise being, and even though this goes against my better judgment to draw your fingers, hot bow with your fingers, it's not that much poundage. When it comes back and you come to full draw, that kisser button finds its way in the corner of your mouth, and you see that aligns the peep. And it aligns the peep immediately with your eyeball, so you can actually have a consistent anchor position. Now you can also get away with that by using your hand and anchoring somewhere on your face. But a lot of people for many, many years were using kisser buttons. Now they come in all different shapes and sizes and colors. This is probably the most common, I call it the flying saucer, if you will. It's a softer plastic material, has a lot of rigidity to it, and it doesn't get caught up in your facial hair. So a lot of guys have moved away from kisser buttons because they don't want it to lock up in their facial hair. As you can see, that's not a real problem I struggle with. So I still anchor off the corner of my lip. Now I don't use a kisser button, and mostly because I just don't like that tactile feel. But I do like that feel of me actually anchoring off the corner of my mouth. It gives me a very consistent place to anchor. For many years, I also anchored off the tip of the nose on the string. However, my issue that I had with anchoring off the tip of the nose is if I tried to do the corner of the mouth and the tip of the nose, I had to bring my nose much further down, and I felt like I had to tip my head to get down into the string. And drawing this back with fingers, it's a little bit less pronounced because the angle's not as acute. But if I was just pulling this on the D loop, this angle was more acute, and I really felt like I had to put my head down. Even on a longer axle to axle bow. This is a hunting bow style. So, you're talking somewhere between 30, 32 inches is what most guys are shooting for an axle to axle length. So a kisser button makes a lot of sense for guys, and particularly hunting with a hunting style bow. So 29 to 32, 33 inches of axle to axle length, and their draw length for most guys is between 27 and 29, 29 and a half inches. I'm an anomaly. I'm at 31. I got really long arms. So having a kisser button for that, so you don't have to bring your nose down into the string and feel like you're bending over and feel like you're coming out of form, makes a lot of sense. Also, in the heat of the moment, I don't know about you, but when I come back to full draw on an animal, I spend a lot of time out here. And then right at the last second, I'll come into the bow, right? Making sure I'm aware of my surroundings. I don't just want to bury myself into the peat and sit there and get tunnel vision. I'll actually stay away from the string for a second, watch the animal I'm trying to shoot, and look around and see what's going on, then get into the string, and then be able to take an effective lethal shot. Anchoring off the corner of my mouth for some reason is something that's very repeatable. I shoot that way with my target bows for indoor and 3D, and I shoot that way with my hunting bow as well. It is a very consistent style for me and for a lot of other people. Now, a lot of people consider a kisser button to be a training wheel. I think anything that makes you more accurate is something that makes you more accurate. It's not a training one. You should never be ashamed to use it. A lot of people started going to using a nose button, which is no different. It's just a different part of your face. The whole idea with archery is that you're getting something in form of an anchor position when you come back to the side of your face, that you are touching the same spot on your face with your release hand, with the kisser button, with the nose button, each and every single time. Whatever consistencies you have and the more anchor points you have, the more accurate you're going to be. Just like this camera sitting on a tripod. I can put this camera on a monopod with just one leg. It's not going to be very stable. Put it on a bipod or two, it's going to be a little more stable, still tip over. Put it on a tripod, I have three positions or three anchor points, and that's the most stable. So a kisser button for me is one of my three anchor positions. So I shoot with a handheld style release. So the crook of my two fingers here go in the back part of my jaw and anchor right here along my jawline. There's leg number one. Then I have the kisser button, or I don't use the kisser, but where the string comes and bisects the corner of my mouth. That's two. And then three, my third position is when I bring and come back to finally into full draw. The peep then aligns perfectly with my sight housing. So one, two, and then three perfect peep alignment. And I know that I have all three legs of my tripod, and my shot is as stable as it's ever going to be. So even if your local pro shop doesn't recommend it, or your buddies don't shoot a kisser button, don't be afraid to put one on your bow. There's no issue with it. Don't consider it a training wheel. We're all doing anchor points in one way or another. And since that string is going past the corner of your mouth for most guys anyway, it makes most sense to put a kisser button there, or at least use that corner of the mouth and use that string angle as part of your anchoring system. So Don't be shy about it. Feel free to head out and do it. Just throw a little color on there. Why not? We have the greens, the reds, the blues, the pinks. They make them in a variety of shapes and styles and colors. So that way you can deck out the bow the way you like it and use it less as an eyesore and a training wheel and more as a way to become more accurate. So that's all for this video on kisser buttons. If you have any questions on any general parts of archery, whether it be the equipment that we use, the styles that we shoot, the arrows, the bows, or whatever it may be, please do feel free to follow the links in the description below. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram, ask us questions there. Drop a comment here on YouTube, of course. You can always reach out to us as well on email at averagejackarchery@gmail.com. And if you're in the central Pennsylvania area and you want to call Average Jack Archery Pro Shop and Range your home shop, feel free to check us out on 21 North Front Street in Phillipsburg, PA. Hope you're able to get outside, enjoy the sport of archery hunting if you so choose. Definitely enjoy God's beautiful creation. Don't be afraid to put a little color on your bow. And we'll get to see you next time.